In the previous chapter, Ken started choosing abilities for his new life. Presented with a wide range of skills on a computer interface, he discovered many familiar ones from Naruto. After a discussion with Mr. Beginning and Mr. End, Ken realized he would be reincarnated into the Naruto universe. Armed with this knowledge, Ken prepared to make his selections, understanding the impact they could have on his future and the world. Next chapter, we'll see how Ken navigates this decision-making process. Chapter 7. Limited Options. Ken's mind raced with a myriad of thoughts as he carefully sifted through the vast amounts of data he had acquired. With unwavering focus and determination, he analyzed and reassessed each piece of information, his eyes fixed on the computer screen before him. The interface presented by the system beckoned him, revealing an array of abilities that both intrigued and overwhelmed him. As he navigated through the list, certain abilities stood out, each boasting its own unique allure and potential. The first to catch his attention was regeneration, locked behind a hefty 50-credit price tag. Regeneration. 50 credits, locked, wounds heal in moments, and bones knit back together with a satisfying click. Maybe even limbs sprout anew, a constant reminder of their defiance against mortality. The speed of healing and amount of healing consume stamina and cause constant pain. The description painted a vivid picture in Ken's mind. Wounds healing in moments, bones knitting together with satisfying clicks, perhaps even limbs sprouting anew. But the caveat of constant pain and stamina drain gave him pause. Is the price of near mortality worth the suffering? He mused, his brow furrowing in contemplation. Next came clairvoyance, another locked ability at 60 credits. Clairvoyance. 60 credits, locked. See future events, hidden objects, or even people's emotions like a faint aura. Cryptic smile holding a world-unseen secret. Constant migraines are the price of foresight. The prospect of seeing future events and hidden truths intrigued Ken, but the mention of constant migraines made him wince. Knowledge at the cost of comfort, he muttered. Weighing the pros and cons, talk about a headache-inducing decision, he added with a wry smile. As he continued scrolling, Ken's eyes widened at the sheer variety of abilities on display. Some were awe-inspiring, while others bordered on the absurd. Cooking? 2 credits, available cook. There is nothing else here to explain. Running? 1 credit, available just run like a bitch. Carpentry? 1 credit, available the art and trade of cutting, working, and joining wood. Tailoring? 1 credit available. A mix of amusement and bewilderment bubbled in Ken's gut as he scrolled through these more mundane abilities. Is this some kind of cosmic joke? He wondered, half expecting a laugh track to accompany his thoughts. As if reading his mind, Mr. Beginning's voice cut through Ken's musings. Not a joke, Mr. William, he stated matter-of-factly. Sometimes the simplest abilities can prove the most useful. Ken nodded, considering the wisdom in those words. I suppose even in a world of extraordinary powers, someone needs to cook and build things, he admitted. Although, I'm not sure running like a bitch is a skill I want to invest in just yet, he added with a chuckle. Continuing his exploration, Ken scrolled past the explanations of the amusing abilities. The list seemed endless, a tapestry of potential woven from the threads of imagination and possibility. Among the multitude of captivating skills, some shone brightly with promise, while others seemed to teeter on the edge of absurdity. Despite his interest in many of these abilities, Ken couldn't help but feel frustration. The most intriguing ones had a hefty price tag in the form of credits. It was like Windows shopping for superpowers, with the most enticing ones just beyond his grasp. As he delved deeper into the catalog of skills, realization dawned on him. Many of the abilities seemed eerily familiar, as if plucked from the pages of a specific story he knew well. Sharingan, 80 credits. Lock the bloodline eye is highly sought after for its superiority in combat. Once you see an opponent's jutsu, you can copy it with the Sharingan. See chakra flow, the lifeblood of techniques, giving you an edge in strategy. Peer into an opponent's movements, anticipating their next strike. But this insight has its limitations, so formidable opponents present a genuine threat. Sage arts. 100 credits locked a unique method of using natural energy to improve one's physical abilities and senses. This potent chakra grants strong reflexes and awareness, similar to an animal's keen senses. It takes skill to learn this delicate balance between natural and human energy, and using it excessively can result in a permanent non-human transformation or, in extreme situations, death. Byakugan, 35 credits, lock the Hyuga clan's prized eye. Observe everything. Break through genjutsu illusions, monitor chakra flow with unparalleled accuracy, and take advantage of pressure points that are hidden from view. Although their nearly 360 degrees vision provides unparalleled awareness, a blind spot remains behind the neck and requires the fighter's full attention. Severe migraines may result from excessive use. Wood style, 110 credits. Locked Kekiai Genkai allows the user to manipulate and create plant life. It gives the user minor regeneration, which can be used to build complex wooden structures or restrain opponents with prickly vines. Demands a lot of chakra reserves. Ken paused, his mind racing. Could it be a coincidence? The concentration of abilities from the same universe seemed too deliberate to be random. A theory began to form in his mind, one that both excited and terrified him. Will my next incarnation take place in this world? He pondered, his thoughts spiraling with the implications. Ken pointed at the screen, his finger trembling slightly. These abilities, they're specific to a certain world, aren't they? He asked, his voice a mix of awe and trepidation. Before he could direct any further questions to the two entities before him, Mr. Beginning remarked, "Yes, we knew you would be able to figure it out on your own." Mr. N chuckled, a sound like thunder rolling in the distance. "Sharp as ever, Mr. William. We don't usually reveal the destination, but let's just say your reincarnation won't be a typical one. An exception." Ken's mind whirled with possibilities. "So, I'm going to be reborn into the world of Naruto?" he asked, hardly daring to believe it. "Talk about a plot twist," he muttered, still trying to wrap his head around the idea. "Exactly," Mr. Beginning confirmed. "A world you're familiar with, yet one that will challenge you in ways you can't imagine." Ken leaned back, overwhelmed by the implications. "But if I know what's going to happen, won't that change everything?" he asked, his voice tinged with concern. Mr. N's form shimmered with what seemed like amusement. "That, Mr. William, is part of the challenge. Your knowledge is both a gift and a burden. Use it wisely." "No pressure or anything," Ken quipped, his humor a thin veil over his growing anxiety. "So, if I pick an ability like All for One," he began cautiously, "does that guarantee the world where I'll be reborn?" Dispelling any misconceptions, Mr. End interrupted. "No, we have already decided on the world of your reincarnation. The list shows the potential abilities that are physically possible in that specific world." Ken asked, "So no Super Saiyan transformation or Ultra Instinct?" With a melancholic smile flitting across his face as he considered the implications, Mr. N's rumbling chuckle resonated once more. "Certainly no Super Saiyans in this realm," he remarked. "But melding certain abilities might just invoke a shade of Ultra Instinct." Mr. Beginning intervened, warning his brother. "Stop giving the boy ideas, brother." At this moment, the full weight of what was happening settled on Ken's shoulders. He knew he was going to be reincarnated into another world, a world he thought he knew inside and out. He had been a fan of Naruto since he was a kid, devouring every chapter, every episode with fervor. But now, that fictional world was to become his reality. He was acutely aware of the implications of knowing what might happen in the future, especially if he was born at the same time as the story's protagonist. "With great knowledge comes great responsibility," he murmured, more to himself than to the cosmic entities before him. "I feel like I'm about to star in my own Isekai anime," he added, a nervous laugh escaping his lips. Ken suddenly had another question in his mind, but before he could speak, Mr. End looked at Ken and said, "You are here because we had decided to give you some gifts and some limited choices, and also wanted to meet you." Mr. Beginning and Mr. End exchanged a look that seemed to hold centuries of meaning. Finally, Mr. Beginning answered, "Your life, your choices, your unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. They've earned you this chance, Ken. Make the most of it. In this revelatory moment, Ken stood on the precipice of an imminent leap into a known yet unknown reality, brimming with promises of gifts, limited choices, and intriguing encounters waiting to unfold. The weight of his decisions, the potential to shape a world he once only dreamed of, and the responsibility of his foreknowledge all converged in this singular moment. As Ken turned back to the screen, ready to make his selections, he felt a mix of excitement, fear, and determination. This wasn't just about choosing abilities anymore. It was about crafting a destiny, about finding his place in a world of shinobis and chakra, of hidden villages and ancient prophecies. With each choice he would make, he knew he would be shaping not just his future, but potentially the future of an entire world. "Well," Ken said, taking a deep breath to steady himself, "I guess it's time to build a ninja." And with that, he began the process of selecting his abilities, each choice a step towards his new life in the world of Naruto. Links to the other chapters are in description.